Hells yeah, we can start on time.
Yeah, we can. Hi.
It's 8 o'clock, and you know what that means? It's
We're
Wednesday.
Live. Yeah, that's what that means. It's Wednesday.
It's Wednesday.
They probably already
it's
knew.
Live.
They probably already knew it was Wednesday.
Well, it's Wednesday if you're watching us live. If not, thank you for tuning into the after show, or whatever show this is.
This is the pre-show.
The pre-show. No, we're doing the pre-show right now.
That's what I'm saying. This is the pre-show.
Yes, and my pet is literally deciding to...
Yeah,
there it goes. No, it went.
you, apparently.
Yeah, it went. Okay, let's tell everyone we're live, because we Hootsuite this.
Toot sweet.
Hootsuite the Toot Sweet, and if you want to know when we go live, it's always 8 o'clock on Wednesday nights.
It's not always 8 o'clock on Wednesday night, but most of the time it is.
Yeah, if you follow us on YouTube, hit the subscribe, hit the bell, hit the likes, hit the gym.
Hit the showers.
Hit a home run. What, anything else we're hitting?
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Aside from tapping that ass.
Yeah.
Taparoo. No, we're just going to Hootsuite this.
You hit it and then quit it.
No, never quit this.
Yeah, don't hit us and quit us. That's not very nice. Don't toot us and boot us either. It's the same thing, turns out.
Is that really the same thing?
Yeah, that's what that song's about.
Oh, wait, that's a song?
Yeah, toot it and boot it.
I thought it was just hit it and quit it. Toot it and boot it.
It's the same thing.
Scoop it and dupe it.
You just made that one up.
Of course I did. But hey, rolls of threes.
Scooping
Okay.
and duping.
Well, hey, this is good, so we're good with there.
You're
You
on
got
the
your
podcast. I got it, but I'd rather have that.
yeah.
It's larger.
Yes, it's larger, but you got
Easier
box
to read.
office ready?
You mean Billboard? Yes. I have
Yes, yeah,
it.
Billboard
I
ready.
have it ready for later.
Right, because we're going right now.
Hey, right now, welcome to the Media Boat Podcast. Hi, everybody. It's Wednesday.
Yeah,
you know
it
what
is.
that means. It's another edition
Of me dancing my ass off.
of Mike dancing his ass off, but also the Media Boat Podcast. If
Uh,
you're unfamiliar with the Media Boat Podcast, we
welcome.
are a podcast. Well, welcome.
Welcome.
We are a podcast all about movies, television, video games, and music, not necessarily in that order. Today is September the 5th, 2018. Yes, believe it or not, we are already in September.
Yeah, we are.
I don't know how that happened.
We're 9 months into the year, which means...
Yeah, that's how that works.
All those New Year babies being born right now.
All those New Year babies
Yep.
right now.
New Year's resolution of I want a kid.
Mhm.
Happening right now.
Happening right now. Fulfilled.
Done.
Is also
Check, big old check mark next to that.
is also episode 139 of the Media Boat Podcast today.
Yeah, so big old check mark next to that one too.
Always. So, we always start the Media Boat Podcast with movies.
And we also
always
introduce
start...
ourselves.
I was going to skip it.
All right,
But
well,
I'm Matt, he's Mike.
I'm Mike, he's Matt. We're going to roll on right into this because we're
Yeah.
all professionals.
Yeah, we try to be. I don't know if we succeed, but we try to be.
we can be very professional.
Very professional. Oh, we have the pinky out.
Yes, pinky
How
out.
fancy we are.
Yes, that's how professional we are.
But yeah, anyways, Media Boat Podcast, we always start with film news, but we always start film news with the box office number.
All right, who was on top this week?
Guess what?
Rollover?
Third week.
Third week.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
For rich Asians?
For Crazy Rich Asians.
Yeah, it is. That's
They
crazy.
are number one again this week with another $28 million, adding to, get this, $117 million domestic.
Hey, it hit
That thing
100.
crossed 100.
That thing hit 100.
And it doesn't have a Marvel character in it.
Yeah.
That's crazy awesome.
I was going to say it's a original story too, but no, based off a book.
Based on a novel, but still.
Yeah.
Still, this proves something, right? It proves multiple things. This is a year
Good
that
writing.
well, not only that, but this is a year that gave us a huge blockbuster film with a majority African American cast and a huge blockbuster film with a majority Asian cast.
Mm-hmm.
This is quite a year.
Are we missing anything?
I mean, there's probably more, and the movie industry can now. Hopefully, this will teach them that this is something people will see.
Yeah, there's actually rumors going around right now that a lot of the studios are trying to build off of the success and quickly put together all Asian cast projects.
It's almost like they, I don't know, should have been doing this in the first place.
You know.
Or something.
There's something.
Anyways, so yeah,
there's
your
a market out there.
Number one movie. Your number two movie is still The Meg at another 13 million.
Seriously?
It has 123 million, which makes sense because it's a big shark movie.
It's a big shark movie. It's
Exactly what you think.
summer.
Yeah.
It's Jason Statham. It's CGI. It's popcorn fun, I guess.
Yep. More fun, though, than number 3, Mission Impossible Fallout? Probably not. Fallout is your still number 3 movie with another $9 million, adding to its over 206 million
And
total.
so that thing crossed 200 million.
Crossed the 200.
Nice.
Operation Finale is number 4 with $7 million. And Searching is your number 5 with a $7 million.
While we're on box office, I'm going to do a quick side note here real quick.
Okay, side
tidbit.
note.
Talk about The Incredibles 2. It did not make the top 5, which is why we didn't list it.
Not this week.
But it did cross the 600 million mark domestically.
Nice.
Making it not only the 3rd superhero movie this year to cross that mark, but the 3rd Disney movie to cross that mark.
Yeah. It's another good year for them, that's for sure.
Yep.
Money-wise.
So congratulations, Pixar and Disney. Incredibles 2 hit the 600 million domestic. I believe that thing hit $1 billion?
Yes.
Overall?
Yes, I believe
Worldwide?
it did.
I believe it did.
I believe it did. So this is the part in the show where we take a little side break and talk about if you've seen any movies this week.
So I did see a movie this week.
Okay, what'd you see?
I saw number 5 movie on the box office, Searching.
So you looked for it and you found it and then you saw it.
Well, I had to Google for it first.
Yeah, you had to be searching.
Right.
All right. What's up with Searching?
Searching is a movie I want to give an award to.
Okay.
But not necessarily Best Picture.
The Mike Award goes to...
No, it's the Creative Aspect Award. Because this thing is basically shown via computer screen the entire time. Like
right,
a desktop.
This is that movie. Okay.
Yeah, where the whole thing is shot via desktop or iPhone.
Yeah, I remember you talking about this.
Or technologically like screen, which is funny because you're watching it on a screen.
I love my technological screens.
Yeah, it's technologically great. But yeah, the whole movie is shot and told through that perspective of online searches, calling, voicemails, and FaceTime.
Right.
And it's really good, and it's part mystery, part horror, because this is definitely a parent's worst nightmare of not knowing what happened to your kid, but then also realizing that, oh my god, I have no idea what my kid is, or who my kid is.
Right. Trying to put things together via their social media and trying to figure out what their actual life is like.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's a horror film in that sense, but it's also a mystery of like a whodunit, like what happened to the daughter.
Okay.
It's really cool, really fun and interesting, and kept my attention. At no point, even though it's a static screen for most of the time, at no point does the action really stop because it's all constantly going, which is a really tough thing to do, especially because when in normal films, when you have stuff go, you're usually running to the end, usually chasing, usually going. There's actual physical movement, not hey, I'm doing online searches, Googling stuff and finding stuff and calling people to move the story. So for that, I applaud it. I kind of want to see this thing get a story nod or a original script.
It's possible.
I think that's as far as it'll go, though.
Yeah.
But definitely, this is like one of those films where you have to see to believe, because it's fun. At no point do you ever like feel bored or feel like there's nothing going on. It's a fast-paced movie. I love John Cho in this thing. He's great. Also, Asian American actor.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
leading role.
This is a great film. Definitely check out Searching. I'm just gonna skip right to it because there's mainly like 2 people in the cast that it follows.
Yeah.
There's not a whole lot to talk about in terms of like the acting.
Right. Yeah. It's not about that.
Right. But the way it's told, the storytelling, is what drives it, and that's why I want to say it gets the writing award. It's more over than the technical aspect or anything else.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this is definitely something that will haunt you if you're a parent, or may seem laughable if you're a kid, because
if you don't have the connection.
If you don't have the connection, because there were some people in my theater who kept laughing at it. Yeah. I was like, no, That's not what we're supposed to be laughing at.
Yeah, you should just
But they were just kids.
turn to them and be like, this is not for you!
Yeah, they were just kids.
This is not for you!
And by kids, I mean, like, high school teenagers and stuff. Like, who have no connection to the parent aspect of it.
Right. Don't know what the other side of that is.
Right. Whereas if you're a parent watching this, you're, like, completely horrified as this happens. But, yeah, Searching, check it out while it's still in theaters. I think I would feel that feeling that because it's the low box office, it's not going to stay in theaters for very long.
Yeah, probably not. They're probably got things that will kick it out.
Yeah, especially as we get into September and October here.
We're getting to movie release season again.
Yeah,
pretty soon here.
Well, so with that, then, if you're not able to check it out in theaters, Movie Media Boat Podcast
Patented
official
scale
is
see it, stream it, pass.
Definitely
this is
see it.
Straddling the line.
Well, yeah. Well, I'd say see it now if you can. Otherwise, definitely stream it. And if you do stream it, it'll become a little bit more eerier because you're probably watching it on a laptop.
Oh yeah.
Or like if you just watch it at home. But yeah. It's definitely more of that eerie sense that this can actually happen and feel real life. It's definitely a parent's worst nightmare in all aspect scenarios of this thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, parent horror film. Go see it.
New genre. I just coined it. All right. Did you see anything else?
In terms of a movie, no.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Okay, well then let's move on to.
I had other plans. I had a crazy.
Well, let's move on then to what you at home might see this weekend.
Oh yes.
This weekend's new releases include the following 3 movies. First up, God Bless the Broken Road. Now, what is this besides a cheesy Rascal Flatts song?
This is your Christian film.
Aha! Okay.
Talk about God.
All right.
Talking about... I think I saw one commercial for this thing and thought, oh, okay, this is coming out.
Do they play that Rascal Flatts song?
This week. I don't know. I watched it on mute.
Oh, well, then you don't know.
I don't know, but yeah. It was a Christian film coming out because it's Christian time film.
It's Christian time. Everybody knows September comes along and you're like, oh man, it's Christian time.
Yeah, I mean,
come out Christians.
I mean, screw
December.
Screw Christmas. Screw Easter.
Easter.
Nah, first week of September is when you want.
They're all about Christmas. The Oktoberfest. Apparently.
Get your Christian on.
Right. Also in theaters, The Nun.
The Nun.
Is not a Christian film because that would be a Catholic film.
Not quite either.
Oh, okay, what's up with The Nun?
The Nun is the prequel to one of the horror films. I want to say The Conjuring.
Wait, I feel like there's already been like a billion.
Oh no, that was Annabelle.
Yeah.
Maybe it was prequel to. It's a prequel to one of these horror franchises called The Nun.
Does it involve a nun already?
Yes.
Okay.
There's a nun in this thing who gets cursed or something.
A cursed nun.
A cursed nun and the father of the bride and the groom wed each other. No, I don't know.
Whoa.
I know where we're going there.
Whoa. What are you saying?
Demons and nuns make horror films.
I thought you said for a second the father of the bride and the groom wed each other. And I was like, I would see that movie. It's like... They're walking. He's walking her down the aisle, and then he sees him, and it's love at first sight.
No, they walked the bride. No, the father walks the daughter down the aisle. Then the daughter goes to take a seat, and the dad steps up.
And the dad goes up there. It's like, nah, they're getting married.
Yeah, if you're gonna marry my daughter, you're gonna marry me.
Y'all got duped. Anyways. That was a tangent. But that is not what The Nun is about, by the way.
No, that's not.
We are not doing that movie any service. But the last movie I have actually seen ads for, Peppermint.
Oh, yes. Jennifer Gardner still wants to be a badass.
In Peppermint. Which is not a great name for an action movie.
No, it is not.
Like, I hear Peppermint and I think, oh, is this like a teen comedy?
Yes.
Like... Peppermint.
No. Peppermint is the story of Jennifer Gardner losing her daughter and husband on the same day.
Ooh, ouch.
Via double murder.
Oh. I was going to say like Celine Dion, but no, I guess not.
No. Wow. Really?
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
Well, that was before you said murder. I'm sorry.
Yes. Murder. Then... Jennifer Garner decides to leave for roughly 3 to 5 years and turns into Elektra before she comes back and starts hunting down the people who...
Wait, hold on, like Marvel's Elektra?
Basically.
Okay, is that what you're referencing? Okay,
Yeah.
got it. I just wanted to make that clear.
Because she leaves... Like, she
Not like
disappears.
mythological Elektra.
No.
Okay.
No, like, she disappears and then comes back and starts hunting down the people who...
And starts hanging out in Hell's
wronged
Kitchen.
her. The people who wronged her.
Goes bros out with Daredevil,
Yes.
right?
And Gordon Ramsay.
Bros out. All right. Okay, that sounds like a movie.
It's definitely a movie.
Those are your movies that are coming out this Friday. So if any of that sounds interesting, I don't know. We should really write that that wedding movie now.
That
We have a template.
Father of the Bride of the Groom.
Father of the Bride of the Groom. Wait, no, that doesn't make any sense. Anyways, all right. Let's move into movie news then.
Alright, let's start with some good news. Marvel is, once again, ruining the box office.
Speaking of Marvel, so one of the people in charge over at Marvel, Kevin Feige, which is always a fun name to say.
Yes.
Feige.
It's-
I choose to call him Feige.
I go with Feige.
Yeah. I'm sure that's probably not right, but
Yeah.
whatever. He is getting honored by the Producers Guild of America.
Why would he be doing that?
He's getting the 2019 David O. Selznick Achievement Award at the 30th Annual Producers Guild Awards on January 19th. In case you're wondering about a little brief history of Mr. Feige, he became Marvel's president in 2007 and quickly enacted the beginnings of the MCU, which to date has collectively grossed $17.6 billion.
Ooh.
In fact, this year alone, Marvel's Black Panther, aforementioned, has earned $1.3 billion, and Infinity War has earned $2 billion worldwide, respectively. Previous winners of this Producers Guild Award, by the way,
Who do they join? Who does he join?
include David Heyman, Billy Wilder, Clint Eastwood, Jerry Bruckheimer, Brian Grazer, Kathleen Kennedy, Frank Marshall, Scott Rudin, and Steven Spielberg.
That's Steven Spielberg?
That's Steven Spielberg. That list is actually a really good, like, who's
Who's
who
who
of
of
producers.
producers.
Like, blockbuster producers.
Yeah.
Like, just show anybody that list and be like, yeah, those are names I recognize.
Yep. But yeah, congratulations.
Good for him.
This is, as we said, 10 years in the making. Well, really, it was like started out as a 5-year plan. 6-year. Yeah, 5-year plan, 2007 to 2012 with Avengers. And people enjoyed it. It just kept going. So, hey, he got the magic formula. I mean, yeah, it's about time to get some recognition,
Yeah.
more than the box office dollars we keep throwing at him.
Right.
But yeah, actual hardware this time.
Yeah, he has this thing to put on his wall.
Or shelf, or, whatever.
Let's move on to our next story here, which also involves a connection to Marvel.
Disney.
The owner.
So our weekly Disney update
Our
of
Disney
whatever's
update this
going
week
on.
is this a little shady, though, this time, but not on Disney's part. This time on Redbox's part.
Ooh.
Redbox, of course, the company that runs those red kiosks at your local convenience store and or grocery store that spit out DVDs and Blu-rays that you can rent for a night.
Yes, not only games, not only movies, but also games.
But they're a little hot water right now for something that didn't involve discs at all. They're in hot water with Disney because they were reselling codes originally found on Disney home releases for access to digital versions of their films.
Yeah, so for those of you that don't know, Redbox has an actual streaming service.
Yes.
Where you can rent movies.
So basically, Disney has won a lawsuit against Redbox for this. They were selling, like I said, they were selling the digital codes that people could redeem at online outlets to access copies of Disney movies such as Black Panther. Redbox got a hold of their combo pack releases.
Oh, the Blu-ray, DVD, and online streaming.
Online streaming. Grabbed those codes, sold them at a cheaper price, while placing the physical copies from those boxes inside the kiosks that are sold in the actual boxes.
Oh, yeah, that's a big no-no.
Yeah, definitely.
You can't do that.
Disney says the packaging states the codes are not for sale or transfer, and thus it went up against the first sale doctrine. And Disney leveraging digital content to restrict secondary transfers of physical copies. This was Redbox's plea. It was basically like, well, they're not up like they're basically cheating consumers out of this. You can't have like that be exclusive. Is basically what they were saying.
Right, but also we were talking about First Sale Doctrine a couple weeks ago.
Yes, we were about that story about Bethesda shutting down that reseller.
Yeah, about video games.
But yeah, Disney has changed though the language on its combo pack boxes from now on, and part of the first introduction and one on the second attempt.
Yeah, so congratulations, Disney. I guess.
Yeah, I guess.
This is a weird one.
This is a weird one because it's like, okay, this stuff sucks, like the way that they distribute this stuff.
Right.
But at the same time, come on, Redbox. That's like something like a shady like person operating their own kiosk at the convenience store would do. Not a national company.
Yeah.
You can't fight Disney on this. It's like, yeah, you think you're like, oh, we have the rights to this code just as an end user would be, but that's probably not what the fine print says, and Disney proved that.
Right. I mean, Redbox's like sales motto. What am I trying to say here? Selling, cycling.
Their sales models.
Sales model. That's yes, the beautiful sales model.
Yeah.
Walking out and showing off the product.
Just a giant box and heels.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yes. Redbox sales model is obviously a box and heels.
Just imagine it. It's got a little rouge on its cheeks on both sides of the box.
Just show the woo woo. Like an animated, and then just opens up with all the DVDs in it.
The DVDs and the little tease.
The actual
they close. Tease. And they close. Anyways,
the actual selling models for Redbox is, I mean, it's smart because they do for like $3 a night at $24 a DVD, and do that in a month. It pays for it, but then you have multiple in there, and after the first month, you're just collecting profit off of it. So it's smart, but you kind of want to do it the proper way too, because you're now you have been for a while, a nationally recognized company.
Yeah, you would think. But anyways, all right. Well, we talked this to death, so let's move on.
All right, let's move on
to our weekly Netflix story.
Wait, we should talk about Netflix in TV though.
Yeah, but this time it's in movies because Netflix is considering putting Alfonso Cuarón's, yes, famous director.
Yes, Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban.
Sure, yes, but also other movies. Upcoming film Roma in theaters before it debuts on its streaming service. So it's looking to boost its profile in the awards race by premiering in theaters for 1 or 2 weeks before it hits the streaming service to meet its day and date policy.
But there's a little caveat with theater releases.
Well, here's the thing. Major cinema chains have a 3-month exclusive theatrical window, and because of it, they won't play that Netflix title if Netflix presents it that way. So, Cuarón's film is looking for a November-December release date in more than 20 U.S. theaters with other directors, including Paul Greengrass and the Coen brothers, premiering at the Venice Film Festival this past weekend, and could be seeking theatrical distribution deals through Netflix. So, we'll see.
Yeah, Netflix has tried to do the theatrical day and date release as well. They did it with the Beast of No Nation to failure, I want to say, because it only made $90,000 in theaters because it only premiered in 12 theaters, which for all-theater average is pretty good.
But for any major distribution, you would have to play game with the theaters,
right? With
the chains, and if they clearly don't want to because they're like, we're Netflix, this thing is gonna be on Netflix. We only want this to be like a 1 or 2 week thing before we stays on Netflix for the rest of time. And
it makes sense because a bulk of movies make the majority of their money in the first 2 to 3 weeks.
It's just, clearly they need to figure out a compromise between the chains and the company if they're ever going to have an actual presence in like award season.
Yeah, because it needs to be a theatrical release for it to
be eligible. As we found out, which awards were that? That was the awards for Cannes Film Festival.
The Cannes,
right?
yeah.
Where they were basically like told Netflix, nah, man, sorry, you don't count.
Right.
So yeah, it'll be an interesting thing to watch as they continue trying to edge their way in.
Eventually, they'll get there. They'll find their way. Alfonso Cuarón's last film, by the way.
What was it?
2013.
Really?
Gravity.
Oh yeah, that's right. He directed that.
Yeah.
That was a
With
big deal.
Sandra Bullock and George Clooney and space.
Yeah, that was a big deal at the time.
Yeah, because it was an IMAX 3D thing, shot in 3D, and you had a panic attack in it.
Yeah, I sure did. That was a bad time for me to see.
You
be
got a
seeing
panic
any
attack
movies,
because it
though.
was silent.
Yeah, I know. I was just.
It sounded like space.
I was in bad shape back then. Okay. Anyways,
We were watching like
I'm better
5 minutes in. You literally walked
Yeah.
out and did not return.
nope, I couldn't do it.
Matt's ready to stop talking about
Yeah,
this
let's
now.
move on.
Okay.
Anyways.
Anyways, I think we should go on to one of our favorite topics.
Michael B. Jordan.
Michael B. Jordan.
And our weekly coverage of Michael B. Jordan. This week, we're talking about how he's helped Warner Brothers announcing new company-wide policy. They are now going to make a better effort to include, well, more inclusivity in front of and behind the camera.
I believe we call these inclusion writers.
Yes, they do. Michael B. Jordan has partnered with the company to establish the new initiative, which will apply to all their products moving forward. Jordan's forthcoming legal drama, not his legal drama like he's in legal drama, but
No, the
his
film.
new movie that is a legal drama,
Not titled legal
Right.
drama.
is called Just Mercy, and will be the first production, get it, Just Mercy,
Just Mercy.
will be the first production to adopt the new policy. Policy aims to, of course, include greater numbers of women, people of color, the LGBTQ plus community, those with disabilities, and other underrepresented groups.
Yeah, so we've already talked
Cool.
about this, how Michael B. Jordan's own production company
Right.
is solely doing inclusion writers in everything that they produce. And they made a deal with Warner Brothers, so now, hey,
Yeah.
they're just going to roll that inclusion writer thing into literally everything they're going to pump out now.
Hey, what a guy.
I mean,
What a guy.
he's able to get to a big studio.
Yeah.
A major studio.
Major studio.
And that's a big deal.
It is. Yeah, I'm happy about this. This is nothing but good. So
Yep.
hope other studios take note.
He was in at Disney for Black Panther, but hey,
Yeah.
good job on Warner Brothers for
Good job.
picking that up.
All right. Well, that does it for movie news.
Gravity was working against Matt.
Funny. Let's move on to television. We always open television, of course, with sports.
All right, and it is the beginning of the NFL football season, which
Yes.
means get those fantasy team lineups ready.
Oh man, and do we have a lot of football news for you because
All right.
of that?
Who signed what for how much money?
First up, Aaron Donald
The Donald,
The
not
Donald,
that Donald,
not that
but the Donald.
signed a deal with the LA Rams.
Yes, defensive end player of the year, Aaron Donald. The defensive player of the year, just overall.
Yeah.
The best defensive player in the game right now. Huge contract signed for the Rams. 6 years, $85 million guarantee, I think.
Wow, jeez.
And because he signed such a big deal, it means our next story got screwed on his deal.
The actual defensive player of the year you have here.
That's last year's defensive player of the year.
Oh, sorry, last year.
Yeah, so
Khalil
20
Mack
Yeah, so 2016 defensive player of the year.
got traded to the Bears.
Aaron Donald was 2017 defensive player
Oh,
of the year.
Bears.
The Bears.
Yeah, so Khalil Mack could not reach a deal with John Gruden and the Raiders, and so he got traded
Sad.
for money and picks. That's
Yep.
right. They got some first-round draft picks for Khalil Mack.
And in other football news, Le'Veon Bell. Le'Veon Bell still hasn't reported to the Steelers.
And this is pissing me off because I have him in my fantasy league.
You did yourself in.
And he did this last year to me too, where he held out for the franchise tag. Was able to only play like half of the game in the first game, but then basically wrecked the rest of the season because he's Le'Veon Bell behind the Steelers' offensive line.
And lastly, we would be remiss if we didn't mention the big football news this week, which has been a cross-media explosion of stupidity.
Okay.
Nike announced their new ad campaign with Colin Kaepernick. He will be the face of Nike's 30th anniversary Just Do It campaign.
Yes.
When images of this came out on the internet, a bunch of idiots started burning their feet off because it had the Nike logo on their shoes and/or socks.
Yeah.
Don't
this was
burn
fun.
your shoes while you're wearing them. I shouldn't have to tell you that.
But somehow,
Also, don't cut off your clothing while you're wearing it. I shouldn't have to tell you that either.
right. But hey, people are stupid. People are dumb. People are just basically like, screw Nike! And then not realizing that Nike is a big conglomerate and owns other clothing properties as well.
So, two things about this. First of all, people who are being dumb on the internet about this are idiots, and that's obvious.
As Easy E once said, they can do whatever they want. They already bought. I
guess in theory.
Yeah.
But the second thing about this, no, this does not make suddenly Nike as hashtag resistance and somehow on the good side. Keep in mind, Nike is still a terrible corporation that still uses child labor in their overseas manufacturing. Keep that in mind, guys, before you go, oh, Nike, so awesome in 2018. Keep these things in mind, people. Anyways.
I would argue that Gruden was the one who actually screwed the Raiders.
Okay.
Khalil Mack was paid $141 million to play for the Bears.
News from the front.
News from the front. And Le'Veon Bell is a beast. He's blowing the game.
Le'Veon is a fun name to say.
He is. Also, the passion after the Le.
Le'Veon.
Also, it's Levi. It's Levi. Not Levi.
Say Levi.
C'est Levi. C'est Le'Veon. C'est Le'Veon. Question that needs to be answered, though. 1.
Okay.
Who do you predict will win the Super Bowl?
Well, that's a little early, isn't it?
It is, but if you put money on it in Vegas now, it can pay off. I think last year the Eagles were like 500 to 1.
Yeah.
Not 500. They were like 20 to 1 odds.
All right, well, who do you got? Answer the question.
Part of me wants to say the Rams because
of course it's part of me
because they won Coach of the Year,
Yeah.
Offensive Player of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, and they picked up a lot of good defensive acquisitions.
Could be.
But part of me also wants to say the Vikings because they were surprisingly good last year.
I remember that. I was actually thinking about the Vikings. I was thinking about the Vikings and I was thinking about the Falcons again.
The Falcons?
Yeah.
Ooh. Okay. I mean, the top 3 that
they
are
need
always...
redemption, man.
The top 3 that are always going to be in conversation are the Patriots, the Packers, and the Saints.
Does Rodgers have one in him?
Rodgers got paid, so he doesn't need to have
paid.
one. Rodgers doesn't need to have one in him. He
doesn't need to worry about it. He's getting money.
Yeah.
Unless he wants that legacy.
Question 2. What will you do with your Nike gear? My answer, all my Nike clothing is too big now, so I'll continue wearing my New Balance shoes that actually fit my feet.
Well, New Balance has their own problems too, but I'm not going to go into that now. Let's move on.
So what are you doing with all your Nike products?
I don't have any Nike products, so I'm good. And this doesn't make me want to buy any more either. So.
You consciously know where you shop?
I mean, give or take.
Give or take?
I mean, no one's going to be that, knowing about that kind of thing. I don't expect anybody to.
Just don't shop at H&M.
You just do what you can when you can. I don't expect anybody to be perfect. But anyways, let's move on.
Yeah. Anyways, I think that's...
Anything else in sports? We talked a lot about football. Anything else going on? Or is this dead zone in other sports?
No, but NCAA football is back, which means top 25 rankings.
You like college?
Weekly college sports going on. Oh, and last year's NCAA champion MVP, Tua Tagovailoa.
Whoa.
You remember the freshman?
Are you sure that isn't an island on the Orange Archipelago?
Yes, I'm sure.
Okay.
He's the freshman from Alabama that came in the second half and won the game for Alabama.
Can you say his name one more time?
Tua Tagovailoa.
No, like you did the first time?
Tua Tagovailoa.
There we go. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
He's the starting over Jalen Hurts. Hurts, don't it?
Hurts, don't it? You were waiting for that one.
Yeah, I was. That's why I brought it up.
We have to move on.
Well, do we have to?
Yes.
I want to swim in my little sports section.
We have to move on.
All right, fine.
This show cannot be 2 hours long again.
It's
not.
All
right, let's talk about television news.
All right.
Our first story is about Dick Wolf.
Dick Wolf about it.
Because I love a good story about Dick Wolf.
Yes, you do.
NBC has ordered a new series from Dick Wolf.
What's this one about?
It will be another spinoff of Law and Order called Law and Order: Hate Crimes.
Oh, I love my hate crimes.
No, it's hate crimes, not about colons. But it is about hate crimes. It has received a 13-episode order. It will be co-created with SVU showrunner Warren Leight. and it will be based off New York's actual hate crimes task force.
Wait, there's an actual hate crimes task?
There's an actual hate crimes task force,
What?
the second oldest bias-based task force in the U.S.
Huh.
The first incarnation of this new unit will be introduced in the latter part of an upcoming 20th season, get that, of SVU.
Oh, yeah, SVU is just the show that keeps on showing.
Yep.
Did
you know now that
SVU has read the original logo?
Ice-T has now been a television cop for longer than he was a rapper.
20 years?
I read that somewhere, and they were like, "Are you kidding?" I was like,
Did
"Are
we
you
cross
kidding
that
me?"
threshold?
He is now probably more known as a television star to people than a rapper.
Well, to be fair, Ice Cube is probably more known as that movie star than
For a while, he was.
than an actual rapper.
It's crazy to think about. But yes, Dick Wolf, he hopes his new show can begin a dialogue in the world where hate crimes have reached an egregious level. This will, by the way, be the 7th series in the Law & Order franchise.
The 7th...
Number 7. Lucky number 7.
Yeah. Well, I mean, SVU got people... Special Victims Unit.
I mean,
got people...
It keeps going.
I mean, it brought it more mainstream into basically nightly news.
Yeah.
And Dateline and all that good stuff. 48-hour mysteries.
It's a lot.
So, yeah, hate crimes. Name the other 6 spin-offs. Can you?
Well, there's Criminal Intent. Is the
Yes.
other one. There's Law and Order Proper.
Yes.
So SCU we talked about.
SVU.
There's this one.
Yes.
There was... Shoot. There was the one that was... I'm trying to remember. There was this one that was really short-lived where they tried to like a more documentary style approach. I forget what the tagline for that was.
Oh, there was the one last year where they followed the one
it was
single
like
story.
Justice for something. Or,
Yeah.
Shoot.
I know what you're talking about.
That was under the Law and Order banner.
Yes, that was under the Law and Order banner.
And then there's something else too.
There's 2 more after that.
Oh my
somewhere.
god. Was there just a city one? Just Los Angeles? Because I thought that was more like a CSI thing.
Law and Order. I think there may have been a Law and Order Los Angeles.
Whatever. We can't dwell on this.
I just want to see if you do it.
Yeah, I couldn't name them off the top of my head.
Alright.
Too many.
Okay.
Let's move on.
Yes, let's move on to talk about Superman.
Well, no, actually, we're not talking about Superman yet.
Yeah, we are.
Instead... Oh, I see. I see what you mean. We're talking... the story involves Henry Cavill. And so you think we're talking about Superman.
Yes.
But no, we're not.
Henry Cavill's mustache?
No, we're not talking about Henry Cavill or his mustache. Instead, we are talking about a television adaptation, a Netflix adaptation of the video game series The Witcher.
Yes, we reported earlier that they picked up the rights to the Witcher story, and now we have our first official casting.
Well, guess what? Henry Cavill will be playing Geralt? I don't know. I've never played those games. He will be joined by 2 female leads, a sorceress and a young princess, as they navigate their journey towards destiny. I like that. Lauren Schmidt-Hissrich, that's a good name, will be the showrunner, and directors include Alik Sakharov, Alex Garcia Lopez, and Charlotte Brandstrom. Do you know any of those people?
No, but they all sound like women to me.
Yeah, they do. So there you go. The Witcher, in case you guys don't know, is a video game RPG series that's Polish in origin.
Yeah.
Fact. It's based on actually a bunch of Polish books.
Alright, so based off that fact, name the other 2 females.
I don't know.
Co-leads.
I literally told you I don't know anything about those games. I never played any.
Alright, well, who would you like to see star alongside him?
Who? Cast them.
Yeah, cast it.
I don't know.
You need one sorceress.
I know what these characters look like.
They can make anyone look like anything, okay? Daenerys is a brunette who dresses up as a white-haired blonde. Alright?
I never read the books, nor do I really watch Game of Thrones, so... Got nothing for you.
Yeah.
Alright, let's move on.
Okay, fine. Don't play my game. Fine.
I'm not playing your game. Let's talk about HBO.
Alright, what about HBO?
And risque late-night content.
Ooh.
Wait, you mean the late night stuff?
So...
After hours?
Yes. As you might have known, in case you're into this kind of thing.
I used to be.
There's been less and less late night erotica on HBO in recent years.
Because it went to Skinamax.
And it's only going to follow that trend, apparently. Over the past several years, HBO has been ramping up original programming and quietly declining its adult programming. Because it's easily available elsewhere. Well, guess what? As a response, prominent web porn delivery service Pornhub
Yes, that Pornhub.
That Pornhub is offering to produce new episodes of sex-positive programs formerly hosted by HBO, including Real Sex and Taxicab Confessions.
Oh, the informative ones.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool.
So, if you're a purveyor of Pornhub,
What now?
I don't know, maybe somebody out there is.
A purveyor?
A purveyor.
Purveyor? A purveyor?
That wasn't on purpose, but thank you for pointing that out.
Okay. I thought that was on purpose, but...
I mean, this actually makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Like, this is actually a really cool move.
I mean, Pornhub is one of the, if not the biggest.
I think it's the biggest.
Well, I think it is the biggest. It's Pornhub
kind,
and
at least.
YouPorn are the top two, I think.
Yeah, sure.
I don't know. What do you use?
Let's just continue. That's
Well, it's
not
funny.
for public consumption.
No, well, because the one guy who owns like all like the top 6, like purposely did that so that way nobody could show ads on it, and just people just upload stuff on it.
Smart.
It's smart. Yeah.
But yeah, this is a smart idea because I'm sure there are plenty of people who miss stuff like that. I specifically know people in real life who were fascinated by Real Sex and like
I could take a guess.
they'd be into the fact that that's coming back. So.
I could take a guess at who that is.
Yeah. So yeah, pretty cool. All right, let's move on.
All right, let's move on.
We talked about Marvel already, so it's only fitting that we talk about the DC universe.
All right. Hey, don't they have that new streaming service coming
They
up?
sure do. In fact, the story is about that.
What?
Their streaming service is scheduled to launch. Get this in like 2 weeks in September. On September 15th.
That is really early. Were we talking this like a month ago?
So yeah, their first original show, of course, is Titans, the Teen Titans one, set to premiere on October 12th. Members can draw upon a library of TV, film, and comics, including the classic TV shows Lois and Clark and an HD remastered version of Batman the Animated Series.
That sounds awesome.
That's probably how they're trying to get people, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, you're going to want to watch Batman the Animated Series because it's the best Batman with Kevin Conroy.
Yeah, they're not only doing this on September 15th. September 15th is also Batman Day, where they will be using that day to promote all things DC. Service, by the way, in case you're wondering what it will rate, it will run at $7.99 a month, or a special $74.99 for $74.99, I should say, for 15 months. If you subscribe before launch date, if you pre-order, you will be entered into a contest to win a tour of Warner Brothers lot and a ride in the Batmobile. Now, which Batmobile is the question?
I want to say Adam West Batmobile, but I believe that could also be Batmobile of your choice because Warner's lot houses all the Batmobiles.
Which one would you choose? Of all Batmobiles.
Of all Batmobiles?
Yeah.
Plastic-looking Batman and Robin Batmobile.
I thought for sure you were going to say Christopher Nolan tank.
No, not the Tumbler.
Okay.
No.
The Tumbler.
That thing was so cool, though.
Yeah, but you feel so compact into it, though.
Maybe.
Because it's just all around you, whereas at least the other ones have an open airness to it. And you can see the Batmobile as you ride into it. Right in it.
As you ride in it. All right, well, that does it for television news.
Otherwise, just a car. It's like really fun.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
I know my aesthetics.
All right, fair enough. So that, like I said, is television news as we know it. Did you watch any television this week of note?
No, but I would like to note that on Amazon right now you can watch The Office's Jim as Jack Ryan.
Oh right,
the new John Krasinski Jack Ryan thing is out, and apparently people love that thing.
Yeah,
it is good. It's getting good buzz. Yeah. I meant to watch it, but then The Weeknd happened.
The Weeknd happened?
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a little bit. The Weeknd happened.
Like Starboy?
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a little bit.
Okay.
But The Weeknd happened.
All right.
Yeah, I'll get to that. The Weeknd happened.
Stop it. Okay. We're moving on now. Fittingly, to music.
To music?
We're moving on to music.
Was there nothing canceled?
You didn't. You don't have this. You have a blank spot next to cancellations.
I have a blank spot next to cancellations and renewals.
Yeah.
Let me see.
No cancellations and renewals. No deaths. We're clean.
We're clean.
I do believe there was no
Run
death.
away.
Okay.
I want to say there was at least one thing that got renewed. If I can
find it in 3 seconds, but I'm moving on otherwise.
Yes, actually I do remember. It was yes, Netflix officially picks up.
That's not a cancellation.
It's a renewal.
Yeah, it is.
It's a renewal. Netflix picks up Designated Survivor.
Oh, weird. Okay.
Yes.
Didn't see that coming.
And yeah,
Why?
that's why, because it's the only thing that was announced today. That's why.
Oh, okay.
That's the only thing. Otherwise, it was a dead
Weird.
week.
All right. Well, dead week. That means we get to move on to music.
Yeah. So if one thing died this week, it was that week.
It was that. Yeah.
Also, real quickly, in sports news, Ohtani will get Tommy John surgery, which means his career is basically over at this point.
Oh no.
No one ever comes back from Tommy John surgery.
Who's Tommy John?
He's the one who gives you the surgery.
Oh, okay. Is
So,
he going to have the surgery
thus,
performed on his bed of choice?
Ohtani, that's in terms of cancellations and deaths, Ohtani's career is now on the
so
DL.
Sad. All right, let's move on.
And yeah, this was expected to happen because he's pitching like 100 games out of the season or something.
Yeah, it's rough.
Yeah, and he got injured earlier this year, so
yeah.
this makes sense. Ohtani, you are our canceled player of the week.
Aw, it's so sad. All right, let's move on quickly, as fast as possible, to music.
All right, let's go to the Billboard.
We're talking about the Billboard charts. That's how we open music, and we begin with the Hot 100, which is your singles chart. Your number one song in the country is still "In My Feelings" by Drake.
In my feelings?
In your feelings.
In my
Yes,
feelings.
yours specifically.
I'm feeling
Shout
it.
out to Kiki. Moving on.
Oh, that's
number
a good,
two.
No, that's a good fancy name. In my feelings.
In My Feelings.
No, in my feelings. Anna Thielen.
Oh God.
In my feelings.
You can use that one. All right. Number two, "Girls Like You" by Maroon 5. Number three,
Girlies
"I Like
Like
It"
You.
by Cardi B. Number four, "Better Now" by Post Malone. Number five, "Fifi" by 6ix9ine. If that sounds like it's the same for 3 weeks straight, it's because it is.
It is the same thing for 3 weeks straight.
But guess what isn't? Your Billboard 200, your albums chart, is different
Is it-
again this week.
So, is Ariana Grande not on top?
No, she has been topped. Your number one album in the
Who
country
has
right
topped
now
Ariana Grande?
is "Love Yourself: Answer" by K-pop group BTS.
BTS?
That's your number one album in the country right now.
Hey, we talked about that about
This is the
like,
second
one.
time this year that a K-pop album has topped the chart.
It is also the second time that
BTS
has.
Yes.
Yes.
It's definitely an interesting time in music. Number two, moving down, or up, I guess, technically from last week. Or no, staying where he was last week. "Astro World" by Travis Scott is your number two album still. "Scorpion" by Drake moves back up to number three, and four is "Sweetener" by
There's
Ariana
Sweetener.
Grande. Number five, moving down, is "Queen" by Nicki Minaj.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant actual Queen.
No, not Greatest Hits by Queen. No, like Nicki Minaj's Queen.
You're not just Queen.
All right,
All right.
let's move on to upcoming releases for this week.
All right,
in
what do I
music.
got to listen to this week?
We have the band Adult with "This Behavior." Chili Gonzalez with "Solo Piano 3." You just like that name, don't
Yeah, I
you?
do.
Clutch with "Book of Bad Decisions."
It's clutch.
Eric Bachman with "No Recover." Everlast, they're still making music, with "Whitey Ford's House of Pain." That is the name of their album. Jeff the Brotherhood with "Magic Songs." Lenny Kravitz with "Raise Vibrations."
Yes, that Lenny Kravitz.
Macy Gray with
Yep.
"Ruby." Mothers with "Render Another Ugly Method." Paul McCartney,
Yeah,
Paul McCartney,
That Paul McCartney.
with "Egypt Station." Paul Simon,
Yeah,
yes,
that Paul
Paul Simon. Yeah, stop doing this. In the blue light, Ray Spoon with "Bodies of Water." Sauna Youth with "Deaths." Swamp Dog
Yeah.
with "Love, Loss, and Auto-Tune," which I feel is like an alternate name for that Kanye West album.
Probably.
Teleman with "Family of Aliens," and lastly, my pick of the week, an EP from Waxahachie, "Great Thunder."
That's an EP?
Waxahachie!
Though, yeah, that's an EP. That's not a
Okay.
full-length release. That is this week in music releases. Woo!
All right.
Something
Time
for
to get
everybody.
into the music news. The first one's not really music news, but because it was like the top 5 stories I saw,
Yeah,
we
it
kind
was
of
all week. I saw stuff about
yeah,
this.
we were gonna bring this up.
Speaking of Miss Sweetener herself, Ariana Grande, she made some news this week. She,
Whoa.
of course, attended and performed at Aretha Franklin's funeral, which occurred earlier this week. During
Yes, she's
the-
saying "God is a woman."
And
for
also an Aretha Franklin classic, which I cannot remember off the top of my head. But she definitely sang an Aretha song.
Okay.
But yeah, she made some news this weekend, or more like people made news on her, I guess you could say. Bishop Charles H. Ellis has apologized after touching the singer's chest
Oh,
and
yeah.
for making a racial joke about her name. A video of the moment the bishop wraps his arm around Grande shows his hand touching the side of her breast. The bishop apologized to Grande, her fans, and the Hispanic community for making a joke about seeing her name and thinking it was A new item on the Taco Bell menu. Oh.
Yeah, that's a low-hanging fruit right there.
It's like
also, Ariana Grande is a low-hanging fruit.
The Starbucks joke is the easy one, I would think. The Taco Bell joke is a little
they don't do grandes
rougher
anymore.
Yeah, they don't have anything grande over there.
I don't think so. They got rid of that when McDonald's got rid of the supersize.
Is that what they used to call?
Yeah,
they're like supersize equivalent grande.
Yeah, it was grande.
I don't remember this. I remember Wendy's had the biggie.
Yeah,
I love myself a biggie.
Yeah. Anyways, going back to the pastor, bishop guy. People zoomed in and showed him actually moving his finger, tapping the side of the chest
in front of literally everyone.
Yes.
What is he doing?
He did say that. Well, he hugged everyone, and
that's not a hug, bro.
That's not a hug.
Yeah, that's rough.
That's a double tap.
That's gross.
Come on! Why did you make me laugh at that?
That's not what you call that. Let's move on. Let's talk about U2.
Me too?
Not U2.
All right, let's talk about the movement.
The band. No.
The movement.
The band.
Mewtwo?
No, not Mewtwo.
Oh.
God. The band U2, specifically Bono.
Okay, let's talk about Mr. Bono.
Bono, he's lost something. And he still can't find what he's looking for.
He hasn't found it yet? Is it on the Boulevard of Broken Dreams?
Turns out, no, it's his voice. Bono has lost his voice.
Well, Sunday Bloody Sunday.
Following a gig in Berlin, he tried to sing Beautiful Day before leaving the stage and ending the concert. But I guess he failed? I don't know. You don't have any follow-up to that sentence?
Not a beautiful day for him.
No, it was not. He saw a doctor and should be back in time to complete the band's Experience and Innocence Tour, which is the name of the tour. That's what they're calling it. Bono should be able to perform at their next stop in Cologne on Tuesday and would be back in Berlin on November 13th for additional shows that are already planned. So Bono won't be without voice for too long.
Yeah, this was video. There were videos posted. This it was sudden and quick, and also end of the concert because of course you say it's "Beautiful Day" for the end of the concert.
It's the encore song. If you're U2.
Yeah.
At this point.
I think this was before the encore. They sang it, and then they walked on stage, and he couldn't
come
back.
Let me guess. It's they do, for their encores, they probably do Beautiful Day and then In the Name of Love. That's probably your U2 encore, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what you do.
Yeah.
I mean, is there something I'm missing? Maybe you round it out to 3. Maybe you do, Vertigo.
To end it. Yeah, and on a high note, yeah.
Yeah.
Probably Vertigo.
Oh, high note.
High note.
Vertigo.
Yeah.
All right. You're losing it. All right.
Anyways, well wishes to Bono. Since you're not canceling any tour dates, you're obviously not that hurt.
Oh. Ooh.
I mean, it's a serious thing, but it's serious. Yeah, you lost your voice, but
come on, get better.
It's obviously gonna get better, but it's not like tour ending, season ending, career injury.
Well, let's talk about a band making a little comeback.
All right.
Instead of a band endlessly touring. Here's a band that I haven't heard about for a few years here, and they're coming back. None other than Jack Black's Tenacious D.
What? Kyle Gass's Tenacious D?
I know. Both of them, even. They've announced a new album, including Dave Grohl on drums, because we have to mention Dave Grohl every episode of this podcast.
Dave Grohl is constantly doing something except raising his kids, apparently.
No, weird.
I'm sorry, that's a bad joke.
That's a bad joke.
Dave Grohl is a great dad.
Yeah, let's not. So they will also debut with an animated series.
Oh yeah, this is hilarious.
Of the same name. It will be called Post Apocalypto. It's great. Due November 2nd. Yes. It will be a 6-part animated series that will air on their YouTube channel on September 28th, with a new episode every Friday until the album drops on the 2nd. The official synopsis finds the band in a world following the drop of an atomic bomb and quickly learn that new forms of evil have spawned, leaving Tenacious D to save what's left of the world.
So, guess how they survived the blast of an atomic bomb?
Were they hiding out in something?
Yes, they were.
Okay. Was it made of heavy metal?
Possibly.
Am I close to the pun?
Possibly.
Am I warm?
You're close.
Where's the pun?
Oh, it's a refrigerator.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that seems too obvious.
I know. But yeah, the album and the series is called Post Apocalyptico.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds alright.
And yeah, they'll be debuting new songs each week up into the album. The album list, or song list, is available online for you to look at, but there's nothing for you to play. Right. So you can just look at it and then go ahead and speculate to your heart's desires until what's the first date?
September 28th will be the beginning of this series, and then November 2nd is the album.
Okay, so you have basically all of October to watch Tenacious D, the cartoon.
Yeah.
Before you get Tenacious D, the comedy.
You mean
the album, the comedic album? Or,
sure.
I guess that's not really comedic. There's actual
they're
stuff.
Both. They do both.
Yeah.
They're songs that are also funny.
I mean, they're funny, but they're also like hard rock.
Yeah,
it's Jack Black's outlet. Yeah, it's a real band.
Yeah. Anyways, so there you go. I'm sure lots of people are excited about that.
All right. So
our last story actually rolls right into your thoughts.
Yes, I did have thoughts.
You do have thoughts about something. Because
sometimes.
Unfortunately, the big music story this week was Eminem.
Unfortunately,
surprised everyone by dropping a brand new album called Kamikaze. It had artwork reminiscent of the Beastie Boys' License to Ill. It had, and pretty much dissed everybody he could imagine during the lyrics of the album. He also released it with no promotion at all. Complete surprise, and parts of it was produced with Jay-Z. So you listened to this thing.
Did you listen to this thing?
I did not.
Oh, you did?
No, I chose not to.
Yes, I listened to this thing then.
All right. How'd that go?
It's as if Eminem from early 2000s time warped into Eminem of today.
Okay.
And just basically read a Wikipedia of what happened the past 3 years, and then just decided to rap and diss everyone.
All right. I have a question.
Answer.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing? Because I feel like that could be both.
It is actually a little bit of both.
Yeah.
While there's no real positive messages to come out of any of this, it is hilarious to hear him not only diss everyone of like the recent rapper R&B, mainly Drake and some other guy.
Well, to be fair, Drake is very easy to diss.
Yes, you just mentioned Ghost Riders, and boom, you dissed him.
You did it.
You mentioned a son that you do for publicity, and bam, you did it. He is very easy to diss. But no, he went after, what was the guy I sent you? I sent you that infographic of people who dissed, or Eminem decided to diss.
You sent me that thing.
Yeah.
I didn't really have time to pour over it, but yes.
Oh yeah, I'll pull it up.
But yeah.
Because I can remember this guy's name.
So it sounds like
MGX, whoever that is.
I don't know.
But yeah.
I don't know who that is. But yeah, so it sounds like what you're saying is does he sound a little bit more like he has his rhythm back? Is it like sounding a little bit more like his classic flow? Is that what you're trying to say?
It's not really. It's more of a. It's more like early Eminem, where it's fast, it's angry, but there's a melody and a beat and very sly references and raps like all throughout this thing, and it's really well done. I like it.
So production-wise,
it's great. Yeah, content-wise, can be iffy and missing.
That sounds like Eminem.
That sounds like Eminem.
So yeah, the seems like the feedback I've been seeing about this thing is a lot of people confused on what he thinks an Eminem record is in 2018. It's like a lot of people talking about like he's just talking about the same things he's always talked about, and talking a lot about the hypocrisy like involved in his like choice of beats and the choice of things he's making fun of. Basically saying is like he'll basically in the same song basically rap on a trap beat and then make fun of trap beats in the lyrics and then be like, well, what are you trying to say here? Are you taking a side or not? Like, make up your mind, Eminem. Like, are you against these trends or are you for them? Like, it just seems like this really confused moment in his career. Like, he doesn't know what he wants to be anymore?
Well, it's not necessarily not knowing what he wants to be.
Yeah.
It's trying to capture that essence of what people think Eminem was.
Sure.
Basically, just go at it as raw as you can, and something will come out of it. Whereas, as his past 3 albums, relapse or recovery.
Yeah.
Relapse.
Well, don't forget about the Marshall Mathers LP2.
Oh,
which is the last thing he put out.
That's right.
Which was terrible.
Yeah,
I listened to that thing.
I know, we both listened to that thing.
And that's why I didn't listen to this one.
Yeah. He does not reference that.
Yeah, I don't blame him.
I don't think anyone will ever reference that.
Let's forget it happened. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I feel like a lot of his act is still very trapped in 20 years ago. Almost 20 years ago, I guess I should say. Where it just seems like, it's like, does he really need to? He's still are relying on, say, certain words as a crutch.
No.
Still.
No,
from what I've
not
read.
really. But he is basically still angry at everything.
Yeah.
Or it's at least seems like he's still angry at everything.
I guess. It just strikes me as someone who hasn't been paying attention, like has been paying attention maybe surface level to trends in hip hop doesn't actually care about any of it.
I mean, also,
like he's a man who just is trapped in his own kind of image of what he thinks rap should be and is ignorant to changes. I don't know.
Well, he addresses the changes of the rap and R&B hip hop world, but in the Eminem style that you wished and hoped it would be, rather than just slyly doing
maybe
it.
Not what maybe someone else would wish and hoped it would be.
What Eminem would be like.
Yeah, I don't know. I think your comparison about somebody, time traveling is probably apt here.
Yeah.
For better or for worse.
Well, because it's as if like all the good praise he got from recovery and relapse and revival. Those are the three: recovery, relapse, and revival.
That you remember because they all sound the same to me.
Yeah, because that's the trilogy of them.
Sure.
But yeah, it seems like the good praise and the Grammy praise that he got from those are basically just thrown out the window, and it's, hey, Eminem, what are you pissed about now?
That's a good question.
And they just put him in the booth and let him go. And sometimes that works.
Yeah, well...
Sometimes it doesn't.
Well, I'm glad you...
There's more good than bad on this album.
Okay, alright. Hey, maybe I will have to actually listen to this thing. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like I can't really...
Yeah, I think the time traveling aspect is very apt of what this thing actually is. Yeah. It's not Eminem growing as an artist. It's Eminem getting back to old school Eminem. For better or for worse.
That sentence is really disappointing.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on from that then. So let's talk about video games.
Okay.
Is that your video game preparing sound? Okay.
Yeah.
You're prepared? We're ready now?
Yeah, I like an old school video game trying to boot up there.
Yeah, a little bit. All right.
Let's go get some new releases.
We start video games with new releases. This week we have Immortal Unchained for PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. NASCAR Heat 3. I bet that's a NASCAR game. For PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. NBA 2K19.
Yes.
Is out on PlayStation, Xbox, and Switch.
Yes.
They're making a Switch version of that.
Yeah, you can play that with either LeBron on the cover.
Okay.
I think that's was it LeBron on the cover?
Well, it's
also the Greek freak Atabakimba.
The Greek freak?
Yeah, remember I tried to make you say that one guy's name for that?
Oh yeah, that guy name. I can't think of that guy's name.
From the Bucks?
Yeah.
Atabakimba or whoever.
Yeah, I don't even know who you're talking about.
You know who I'm talking about.
If that's not enough basketball for you, NBA Live 19 is also out this week.
Hey, too.
That's on PlayStation and Xbox. SNK Heroines Tag Team Frenzy, which is, I believe, a fighting game with all the female characters from the SNK fighting games.
I believe you're right.
Is out on PlayStation 4 and Switch. And lastly, the big release of the week. Friday, it's Spider-Man time. Spider-Man for the PS4 is out.
We will be redboxing that hopefully on Friday.
Yeah, we'll check that out. We'll stream some.
We'll stream it. Apparently, it's gotten good reviews so far.
People like it. Reviews
People
hit
like
today,
it.
And yeah, nothing but positive buzz. So look forward to that this weekend. Speaking of Sony and their PlayStations, well, if you have a PlayStation 2 that needs fixed, well, Sony's only letting you do it until August 31st. So this is already passed, actually.
Yes, you had to have registered already.
So yeah, they are pulling the plug on their aftercare service for the PlayStation 2, which I didn't realize they were still having.
Apparently, it's still going on.
In the year of our Lord 2018, you could have still gotten your PS2 fixed by Sony.
I mean, PS2 is the best-selling console of all time.
It's true. Any PlayStation 2 that arrives after September 7th to Sony will not be serviced. Customer support for the PS2 will also officially end, so you won't be able to call them up and ask why your DVD copy of, I don't know, GTA 3 is not playing correctly. So, get on it.
Yeah, but also, PS2. Come on, guys.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, we're in the 4,
Play
possibly ending 5.
Not 1, but 2 other systems at this point.
Right.
All right. Moving on to our next story is about Peggy. I know, you're probably asking, who's Peggy?
Margaret.
Oh, no, Peggy, that's P-E-G-I. That's the Pan-European Game Information Council, which is basically their ESRB.
Right. So whenever you see, like, Ubisoft do a trailer reveal,
yeah,
and they do Peggy 18.
Yeah, that's my favorite. I love when the voice says Peggy 18.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
So that Peggy...
Yeah, that Peggy.
What's she been up to?
So Peggy is going to start including a new content descriptor icon on rating licenses for physical releases of video games. Quote, in-game purchases is already a term that they use for digital-only games, but we'll also see on packaging of retail games in stores. So basically, they'll be adding on this in-game purchases tag for any game that has, what do you know, in-game purchases.
Hey, well, as you said, they already did this for digital sales.
But this will be on retail packaging.
Yes.
So in a consumer survey, in case you're wondering, only 2% of parents do not monitor their children's spending, but the most common one is asking for permission with 60%. Wait, you wrote that weird, but I think what you're trying to say is 60% said that parents ask, or kids ask permission to spend their parents' money basically on video games.
Yes.
Which is good, I guess, that the vast majority of kids do. But this is, of course, applied to games just in case the stragglers are spending money that they don't actually... that their parents are not approving.
Yeah, I think there was like, I think it said like 30% of kids get either a weekly allowance to spend or a gift card or like one of like prepaid cards.
Can you imagine that being like getting an allowance as a kid now? Because I feel like I wouldn't know what to do with it. Back when I got an allowance, you know what I did with it? I hoarded it. No, I hoarded it, and I would use it to buy lunch at school. Mm-hmm. Because my parents thought buying lunch at school was like some sort of weird like rich kid thing to do.
Same here.
And so they would always be like, well, just make a sandwich in the morning and take it. And I did that most days, but sometimes I'd really want that cheese pizza, man.
Friday pizza.
That rectangle ass pizza.
The
zebra
pizza?
Cakes.
Yeah.
And the zebra cakes. So I would use my allowance for that.
Same.
Yeah.
Wait, how much was your allowance?
50 cents. It never went up.
Never went up.
They told me it was gonna go up. It never went up.
Mine was $2 a week.
My sister got up to $1 at one point.
Mine was $2 a week.
That's good. I would have loved $2 a week. Like I heard something the other day that was talking about like, oh yeah, I give my kid like $10 a week. And I was like,
you have $10?
What the?
What are your kids spending $10 on a week?
I don't know. Pack of Pokemon cards. It's probably what I would have done.
I don't know.
And also pizza. Anyways.
I don't know. When I took the bus, kids, the rich kid, whose mom had a Costco card.
Oh man!
Bought box of Katie Costco and sold them on the bus.
What a jerk!
Like $1.50 each.
Wow.
So like, you'd sell candy bars for like $1. You sell half of it, you make your money back plus.
Yeah.
And so yeah.
His sister used to do that with red belts.
Yeah, I mean hell, our bonbons.
Yeah, I guess yeah. Anyways,
the Bonbon Empire.
Let's not talk about Bonbon Empire here. What? Let's move on.
All right. So what else can we not spend our money on?
Our next story is about stuff we probably won't be able to spend our money on. That's Japanese video games because TGS, that's the Tokyo Game Show 2018, is starting to pick up for its September 19th date.
That's 2 weeks out.
So it's picking up some rumors. The first rumor being
Rumor mill. Chug,
the
chug, chug.
possible final trailer for Kingdom Hearts 3 might be there,
Yeah.
including a showing of Big Hero 6 World.
The only reason this is being brought up is because...
You love Kingdom Hearts?
One, I love Kingdom Hearts. And two, Tokyo Game Show is, aside from E3, the place where they show off Kingdom Hearts stuff.
Yeah, probably.
Whenever, I think Union Cross was first premiered at TGS. A lot of the early trailers were premiered at TGS.
They have track record.
Yeah, yes. They're known for premiering stuff.
Okay.
It's the big game show outside of the U.S. that isn't Gamescom, that isn't E3.
Right. But outside of Kingdom Hearts, there's also rumors that there will be a stage event for Death Stranding, the new Kojima game.
This is not rumors. This is confirmed. There will be a stage event.
It's not the way you wrote this. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
But yes, that means that more pieces, hopefully, to the mystery of this game will be revealed, whatever the hell this thing is.
Hopefully. So there is a stage event. It's unknown what's going to be there, if it's stuff we already know or if it's new stuff. But they have a stage, a booth, or something. So maybe Ron Perlman will show up.
And the last, the last thing being rumored is a new IP by the studio that brought you Yakuza. This is a game that has been in development for the past 3 years and has been in development in various stages. The last time that team released a game that wasn't a Yakuza game was Binary Domain in 2012.
2012. That's like 5-6 years ago now.
Long time. They've been hard at work on those Yakuza games.
Yeah,
so,
I mean, they make money. They came out with one earlier this year.
But yes, lastly, this is a final story, is our follow-up story on something we've been covering a few times this year. The IOC, that was, of course, the International Olympic Council, deciding on whether or not, what kind of games they would include if they were to cover esports.
So, the Pan-Asian Games are happening later this year, where they're doing an exhibition on esports. But esports is kind of a big topic, so what exactly would or could you cover in an esports?
We did partially cover this earlier on this podcast about how they had previously said that they did not plan on including violent games. This time they're being more specific. They are using the term, quote, killer games, unquote. And they are saying that, I guess someone from the IOC, Thomas Bach, said that games about killing someone is not in line with Olympic values. So yeah, as you mentioned, a demonstration event will be part of the Asian Games this year. Blood in video games is apparently where they will cross the line. Blood is easy to define, and thus we'll be able to determine, okay, this is a killing game and this is not. So for instance, I don't believe your League of Legends and Dota's of the world have blood? They do not.
No, they do not. I believe Overwatch does.
Overwatch does, I think.
I believe you could turn that off, though.
But is there? I believe there is an
There's an option you could turn that off.
Maybe it doesn't. Because now that I think about it, Overwatch is team.
Yeah, I don't think...
Maybe it doesn't.
I don't think it is. I think you're thinking of either like Call of Duty or Battlefield.
Definitely
Call of Duty. You can turn the blood off.
And then Fortnite, I think that's also team rated, so I don't think that does either.
Yeah. Wonder what I would like to see? Instead of fighting games or shooting games, just do a bunch of speed running stuff.
That would be fun.
That'd be
not
fun.
What they're doing. They
know.
want esports.
I know.
That's a different kind of esport.
But
the realist esport.
But if they do Mario Maker speed runs,
man.
blind, those are the greatest.
Yeah. No, if only. I wish it was that kind of esports, but it's not going to.
I know, but
it's going to be competitive.
Do a blind team Mario Maker esports run.
If only.
That would be great.
All right. Well,
that would actually be a level playing field too, because it's a blind run, so no one knows what it is or what the level is, and you just basically get the best Mario players, which there's plenty of in every country.
This is true.
And you just have them all go head to head.
All right, well, that does it. That's our last news story for video games. So, real quick, did you play any video games this week that are new?
Keyword
new.
I said we talked about Donut County last week.
I played a little bit more Donut County. Went back and got some stuff I missed.
Still good. Platinum?
I did not.
What are you missing?
No. I got frustrated over the frickin' soup recipe because of the stupid cockroaches.
Oh, they kept going into your soup?
It was driving me insane, so
Yeah.
I bailed on it. I was just like,
Yeah.
I'm not going to sit here and do this forever. Although, I was thinking about the kind of work this week, just kind of daydreaming as I do. And one of the things I thought about was like, man, the one thing I wish that they had in Donut County was just let me out in the whole world. Like maybe a combination of the entire thing and just let me just drop stuff for a while.
An end game of just
like kind of like an endless mode.
Yeah.
I want an endless mode in that game so much. I would just play that.
Okay.
And and the other thing is the side effect of that game is it's given me a huge Katamari craving. I want to play a Katamari game so bad, and I don't know how because I don't think there is a current generation Katamari game.
Right.
I'm almost to the point where it's like I want to check if the 360 one is on the Game Pass.
Yeah.
Because that might get me to re-up for the $2 that they are offering right now if I can play Katamari for a couple months.
No. I'm going to make you feel a little bad right now.
Okay.
But for those of you who want to play Donut County,
yeah,
but don't have the PS4 or system to play it on,
right,
it is available on the iPad for an iOS.
yes, it is.
At the low price of $6.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense why it's more on the console, I think, because you're getting a better experience, in my opinion. But yeah, if you're somebody who prefers to play that kind of experience on a tablet, yeah, that's perfect for an iPad.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we still recommend Donut County. It's still one of the best games of the year, so still check it out. But yeah.
Other than that, the only game I've been playing is some Yahoo Fantasy Football.
Right.
Trying to get my team set because people keep getting injured or keep leaving their team, and I'm trying to get off the right foot. But yeah, I'll be playing that.
I'm charging my
this week.
3DS back up because I think I might jump back into Sun and Moon. Because I've been in a very Pokemon headspace thanks to the Twitch stream we've been watching a lot of.
Yes.
Currently, by the way, if you need an update, they're in the Orange Islands episodes. So
yeah, we've talked about how they started last Monday.
Firmly in the second season, per se, of the show. So yeah, if you want to see that, that's on twitch.tv. And let's use that as a segue into our plugs for ourselves.
Because if you want to watch us
that's the end of the
on
podcast.
some twitch.tv,
you can. This weekend, we will hopefully be playing some Spider-Man on the PS4 for you, and that's on twitch.tv/MediaBoat, so check us out there if that sounds cool. You can also catch us every Wednesday live here on YouTube for our podcast, the Media Boat Podcast. We'll be back, of course, next week at 8 p.m. Pacific time on YouTube. Just search Media Boat Podcast. You'll find our channels. Like and subscribe. You can also find us on social media channels. We're on Twitter at MediaBoatCast. We're on Facebook, search Media Boat Podcast. We are on Patreon if you want to donate as little as $1 a month. Patreon.com/MediaBoat. You can also find our written works on MediaBoatPodcast.com. And lastly, if you want to hear the audio version of this podcast, you can also find us on Apple Podcasts, as well as any RSS feed-driven media or podcast device of your choice. So yeah, those are the plugs. We will be back, as I said, next week. In the meantime, that will do it for the Media Boat Podcast.
Yes, that'll do it for us. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll be back next week with more fun and entertainment and games.
Feedback we'll talk about Spider-Man.
Talk about Spider-Man.
We'll talk about some more movies. We'll talk about,
Emmy's got to be coming up soon, right?
Emmys are in 3 weeks, I think.
End of September.
End of the month, I believe.
Yep.
All right, so we'll see you.
All right, thank you all for tuning in. Bye.
Okay, bye.
All right, some YouTube after show.
Yep. I think we covered most things.
First off, Matt's movie sounds like an Oscar in the making.
Right?
Which one? What's the one?
The movie that we talked about.
Oh, the one we riffed on.
Yeah, the groom.
The groom.
The father.
Father of the
bride and the groom. Yeah.
Where the devil walks in, you have to marry me and marry my daughter.
It's got to be it.
That sounds cool. Gravity working against Matt. Football season. So much hype. We talked about Khalil Mack getting paid $141 million.
Million.
Yep. Did we ever answer the second question?
What second question?
What you will do with your Nike gear?
I think we did.
Okay.
Partially.
Rodgers has at least one in him. The question is, does the rest of the team have it?
That is the good question, actually.
He doesn't really have a running back for it, so maybe.
Good point.
I have new sports news. Ohtani will get Tommy John surgery, as we mentioned. So, what annoys the heck out of me, aka the doctor here, is that they didn't do this sooner.
Yeah.
They wasted 5 months of the season sitting out.
They did.
Pitched a pointless game this past weekend, and etc., etc. He'll be fine after surgery, but geez, come on, Angels.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is one of the... Yeah. Poor Ohtani.
It's frustrating because he could have been one of the greats if they had treated him.
I mean, we brought him over
recently.
to be one of the greats.
Yeah, but
they
ran him too much.
I mean, I knew this was going to happen. Angels do this to every pitcher they have.
Yep.
It's hard
run
to
him into the ground.
What?
You run him into the ground.
Oh yeah. Every pitcher on the Angels roster eventually, at some point, gets surgery.
Yep.
Because
yeah. All right, well, that's depressing. Okay, well, that does it.
Yep, that does it for us.
We'll be back.
That said, that is the live stream. Catch us Wednesday nights, 8 p.m., where you can live chat with us, or just leave comments below. We'll get decked. Well, if you comment, if you comment, we'll get it, and we'll respond, and yeah, ask away. If otherwise, we'll see you guys next week. Thank y'all for tuning in.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.